player. Time and he may putt like this to move ahead with a birdie or to rescue par. But this is no part out of ship of our line issue even out. C Sports presents a national championship. And today from the Winged Foot Golf in national championship. New York. It's the final round of the 80. We're on the first tee. The live picture now is we preview to Anders Pickjal and Easter Fanaru. Prepared to follow the final round from hole 1 through hole 18, the final 18 of the 84th United States Open. That will be Hale Irwin and Fuzzy Zoeller. They played together all yesterday against the shores of Long Island Sound. What different than today? Yeah, more humid, overcast instead of the beautiful sunshine, threat of rain, but still playing conditions could be even for the masters around the world who have gathered here. Here's how they stand at this moment. Irwin by 1 over Zoeller. Greg Norman 1 further behind, and Jim McThorpe only leading for the 4 have yet to tee off. Notice, however, that Jekyll is still low, and although he's 7 shots behind, there are only 5 men between him and the lead. Stranger things have happened. Johnny Miller also there. Have a look at other leaders, those on the golf course who have moved further ahead. Hal Sutton, notice, he is 4 under par for the day, though still 4 over for the championship. An indication that perhaps there are 1 rounds yet to come. Temperature, as I said, 7 degrees is here. The same as yesterday, actually. Humidity higher out. The wind negligible could be a factor there for high or low scores. And the chance of rain, however, 2-1. Now here's some of the pairings. You see them. The last one, as you know, is Zoeller, and Irwin. The others up ahead, Thorpe and Norman, and so on. There you see Johnny Miller. There you see and who we'll be seeing during the course of the show. 4-hour telecast. The front 9, well, there it is. It has 2 par 3s, but only 1 par 5, and that reachable from the 500 yards. Long par 4 on this course are a big part of the story. Now back to the first tee again, where the 2 finalists are this will be ahead again today. They played all 18 yesterday, and afterwards talked to them, wondering how it was to play with 1 man all the way at the final 36.
He always he draws a very enthusiastic gallery, and we had a good time today. There were some times, I think, where the enthusiasm got a little strong and a bit out of place at times, but all it's light and the experience playing with music.
So said Hale Irwin, the unflappable.
Good to play with a guy like Hale. He is such a competitive competitor, and I think a great thinker. Now, if I get out there and start getting a little errant or something, I'm going to observe. I'll try to keep my ball in the fairway and observe the way Hale's what way he's playing. If he makes stars, he'll be making a lot of birdies. But again, you know, I've played there 10 years with these guys on Hale and played with him a long time. It's just, like I say, it's just a great thrill and honor to be in a position to have a chance to win the US Open.
Well, there are millions of you out there who have aching backs like Fuzzy Zoeller has much of the time.
This is the final pairing. The referee is Jim Hand, president of the United States Golf Association from Ossining, New York. The observer is Kim Whitney, a member of the USGA Executive Committee from Wayzata, Minnesota. The special observer is John Salveson, the captain of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St. Andrews, Scotland. The players are Fuzzy Zoeller, New Albany, Indiana. United States Open champion of 1974 and 1979, Hale Irwin, Kamalua, Maui, Hawaii. the honor. Play away, please.
They say play well, Hale, I believe. Fuzzy Zeller. Started to say if you have a bad back, it might help you playing to wear a sweater, no matter how warm it is. That's what he does. Remember, Art Wall always did that, who also had that problem. There it is. Just caught the rough and then came back out again, and he's not up against the collar. Those 3 inches could make quite a difference on that shot. Could have been much more difficult for him. Now, Hale Irwin, at age 39, trying to duplicate what he did at age 29 to win the U.S. Open on this golf course at Winged Foot. Only twice has a man won U.S. Opens the consecutive times it was played on the same course. Willie Anderson at Myopia Hunt Club, Jack Nicklaus at Baldur's
And this is not a very good drive to open up with. It's a low hook, and it's going to be very short in the rough behind a tree.
Boy, how many of you club golfers have done that off the first tee when there were 3 people around, let alone the kind of gallery importance that they have here today? Good afternoon. I'm Jim McKay reporting from Winged Foot, and before we get into this afternoon of celebration, unfortunately, those of us at ABC Sports, I think everybody in the world of sport has been saddened today. It's something that's tough to get out of your mind. Today at the Belmont Park racetrack, not far from here across Long Island Sound, the great horse Swale, the winner of this year's Kentucky Derby, after a morning meal and an easy gallop of 1.5 miles, preparing for his morning bath, suddenly reared on his hind legs, suffered a massive heart attack, apparently, and died. Swale is dead at the age of 3. Winner of the Kentucky Derby, winner of the Belmont. And, you know, those of us who are involved a bit with horses, as I am, as Bob Rosberg is, as Jack Whitaker is, find it hard to communicate to you how bad you can feel for the horse and for the people involved with him when it is an animal that died this morning. But we feel very much for Seth Hancock and all the Hancock family of Claiborne Farm, for Woody Stevens, his Hall of Fame trainer, man who's had such an up-and-down year with first Devil's Bag and now with Swale. It's a real tragedy for the world of sport. The autopsy is to be conducted sometime this afternoon. We'll stay on top of the story. If there are any further developments, we'll let you know about it. But as I said, here at Winged Foot, it is in fact an afternoon of celebration. So let's bring in a man who once celebrated his own PGA golf championship, former captain of the United States Ryder Cup team, and important in this context, as we said yesterday, at one time the assistant pro here for 3 years, Dave Marr, of course. Well, it's going to be a day.
It can be, Jim, because you've got 3 very tough players there, and so much depends on the start. The first 4 holes at Winged Foot are very difficult to get any kind of start on. Looks like the advantage goes to Fuzzy because of those 2 drives. It's going to depend on what kind of lie Hale has in that tall rough. Outside chance, yeah, maybe Nicklaus, maybe Trevino. They've won before. There's not very many players between them and the lead, but I really don't look for that. I think it's a 3-horse race.
Well, now, you've played this course so many times, particularly when you were here as an assistant. You've had every conceivable lie. You've been under every tree, but you've made great putts everywhere also. How do you think the golf course is holding up? What's your overall impression about the course versus the field?
Well, I'm very pleased that they set the course up the way they did this year. There was a lot of talk the first part of the week about, well, it's a lot easier and hurrah, they're not really making it Winged Foot tough. It was, I thought, unfair in 74, and I said so, and some of the people were kind of mad at me for a while. Let the players go play. This is very fair. No one's really torn it up. These are the greatest players in the world, and in 10 years, competition has gotten that much tougher. You've got, by sheer weight of numbers, players that can go out and shoot under par. Winged Foot has every reason to be proud of that golf course. It hasn't changed, and it always will be a great one.
Okay, let's go back out on the fairways. Now, there you see where Hale Irwin went with that kind of look like sort of a plain old snap hook, isn't it? In the rough. And Bob Rosberg is out there with the players, as he will be all the way. What's the deal there, Bob?
Well, Jim, Hale does not have a very good lie to play the kind of shot he has to play. He has to play another low dive hook to have any chance of running it up on the right edge of the green. Morris Satowski drove it in exactly the same place about 15 minutes ago and made a fast 6 to start off with. I don't think he can curve the ball enough to get it around the tree. If he tries to hit a low hook, then he takes the chance of leaving it in the rough right in front of him. I think he's going to play very safe and play short of the green to the right.
He'd have to hit a shot almost like Lou Graham hit at Southern Hills a few years ago.
Well, he doesn't have the lie to hit it, though, Jim.
Okay.
You need a bare lie for that, and he doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just played it out, but again, he couldn't hook it enough, and it's going into the deep rough to the right.
Dear. Tough start. Well, here it looks like it's sitting up anyway. You'll get a better look at it, Bob, I'm sure. So Fuzzy Zeller could really seize the aggressive very quickly, as he did yesterday. He birdied the first hole yesterday to move into a tie for the lead. Could do the same thing here. Now, Bob Rosberg, as you know now, is with Zeller and Irwin. John Schroeder will be up ahead with Jim Thorpe, who's under par, and Greg Norman, who's in third place. And Ed Snead with Nicklaus.
Greg Norman just three-putted the first hole from very short distance. Got off to another terrible start.
As he did yesterday, right. Well, there's Fuzzy Zeller in 2, and the man he's hand-to-hand with is still in the rough on the right-hand side. More to come.
Today's coverage of the 84th United States Open Golf Championship, an ABC Sports exclusive, is being brought to you by Michelob. One smooth and mellow taste tells you that some things speak for themselves. By U.S. F&G Insurance, protecting your business, auto, and life all across the USA. By Lincoln Mercury, offering a complete range of quality automobiles for 1984. From front-wheel drive cars to 3 distinct luxury models, everything from Lynx to Lincoln. And by De Beers, the name that stands for diamonds, the perfect gift for any occasion. A diamond is forever.